What's up guys, today we're checking out the newly launched Xiaomi Watch S4. Now this is a feature-packed smart fitness watch loaded with health features, sensors, a super battery life, interchangeable bezels and lots more. So can't wait to show you what this thing can do, but first, roll the intro. Now, you can pick this watch up from the Xiaomi website for £129, which I think is an absolute bargain price for what you're getting. Now, first of all, quick look at what you get inside the box. So you've got some paperwork in that box, a magnetic charger with a USB-A connector, and of course the smartwatch itself. Now let's talk design. The Watch S4 is made from an aluminium alloy watch case and a fiber polymer back. You have time markings going around the bezels, and the bezel itself can be replaced, so you twist to remove the bezel, and when you remove the bezel the watch vibrates to let you know that the bezel has been removed. As you can hear, you can replace the bezel with other designs available on the Xiaomi website. So here's an example. We've got a silver bezel here. I'm just going to attach it. There we go. So we've just attached a new bezel. Okay, I'm just going to put the original back on because I think it looks better, and it also activates the default watch face, as you can see from the box. Now on the side we have two buttons. The top one we have a rotating crown button which you can use to scroll the menus, and when you scroll you do feel some pretty nice haptic feedback. And just underneath we have a flat style button, and when you press it, it takes you to your quick toggle settings, and neither of these buttons are customizable to open other apps. They have fixed functions. And just underneath we have our loudspeaker location, and on the other side there are no buttons, but just slightly underneath you will see we have a microphone hole. So this watch does have a built-in microphone and speaker and supports Bluetooth phone calls, so you can take your voice calls directly on the watch. Now the back cover is made from plastic with a nice smooth finish, and all the health sensors are housed in the center. Now this watch does feature 24/7 heart rate, SpO2, stress and sleep monitoring with advanced breathing monitoring whilst you sleep. Now the watch also has a large number of sensors built in, which are Accelerometer, Ambient light sensor, gyroscope, e-compass, barometer and Hall sensor. Okay, so now let's talk dimensions. This watch is 47.3 millimeters in diameter, 12 millimeters in thickness, and it weighs 70.3 grams with the straps on. And the straps themselves are made from a TPU silicone material with a metal buckle, and these do feature a quick release, so you can replace them with any third-party 22 millimeter band. Now on my wrist, the Watch S4 looks pretty good. It's certainly comfortable with a smart design, and in case you're wondering, I have a wrist circumference of 7 inches, and whilst the watch is on the larger side, I still find it quite comfortable to wear. Now onto the display. The Watch S4 has a bright 1.43 inch AMOLED display with a screen resolution of 460 by 460 and up to 2200 nits of peak brightness, along with sapphire crystal glass on top. And this watch also has 5 ATM water resistance, so you can track your swimming sessions, your strokes, your distance, time, etc. The watch is running Xiaomi HyperOS version 2, but please note, this is a very basic OS, so don't confuse it with the Android counterpart. This OS is not based on Android or Wear OS. Instead, it's a user-friendly OS which looks good and pretty smooth in navigation. Furthermore, this watch does not feature any built-in Wi-Fi. All communication is done via Bluetooth with your smartphone. And the watch is compatible with Android and iOS devices. And I actually have mine connected to my iPhone 14 Pro, and compatibility-wise, all functions are operational even with iPhone, which is good news. Now if we talk about GPS, this watch has a 5 satellite GPS built in. Furthermore, the Watch S4 also features Bluetooth phone calls, so you can take your calls directly on the watch. And there is a dialer as well, so you can straight away dial a number or you can go through your contacts. Alright, so now let's talk about the health features. So under heart rate, you have continuous heart rate monitoring. It's set to smart, but you have the option to change that frequency if you want. I find leaving it on smart is the best option. You can also set alerts for high and low heart rate. This is actually the default settings. I've not changed them. Now sleep mode is on by default, but advanced monitoring and breathing rate is off by default. So I actually had to switch these on. But then we've got all day blood oxygen monitoring, which was off by default. I switched it on myself. And stress monitoring again was off by default. I had to switch them both on. Standing alerts again was off by default, so I had to switch those on too. And vitality score settings again was off by default. So those were all your health monitoring options in a nutshell. So most of it is all off by default. So when you're first wearing this watch, make sure you go to settings and switch on the features that you really need. Otherwise, this watch by default will only monitor your heart rate. Important category for some, sleep monitoring. So let's have a look on the watch, how it presents the sleep monitoring to you. I went to sleep at 11:04. I woke up at 8:45. You can see a massive gap in the middle. So I did wake up middle of the night. Total sleep 5 hours 32 minutes. So let me scroll down and show you the sleep stages. Ignore that first one. This is the first sleep stage, 4 hours 26 minutes. I went to sleep 11:04 and woke up at 3:38. Show you after that, I went back to sleep at 7:39 and then woke up 8:45. So I had a 1 hour 6 minute nap, and that contributes to the full 5 hours 32 minutes. Now if I was to go sleep right now for another few hours, it will accumulate this total, and I could reach my goal like that, but it's rather unlikely. I'm going to sleep in the daytime. But there you go. Here's more insights. It tells you your deep, light, REM and wake ups, average heart rate and average SpO2. That's what a notification looks like, guys. And then you see some of the advanced options that we've got activated, breathing rate and advanced monitoring. You can switch that off from here. If you want more detailed reports, you grab your smartphone, go to the health section and tap on sleep. And then it will give you a sleep score. It will tell you what type of sleep animal you are. It will give you various charts, sleep stages. It will tell you your averages for your heart rate, SpO2, and even your breathing rate. So it's telling me my sleep was quite poor, and it tells me how to improve things. You can see the full report. Then you got the information on that nap that I had. If I have another nap in the daytime, that will appear here. And that's the total sleep duration for today. Now, the sleep tracking is really good, presented really well, and it's of course accurate. And I really like that it does support multiple sleep stages. Now, while we're here, we may as well quickly go over the smartphone app. The app is called Mi Fitness. When you first open it up, it will automatically sync with your phone. And if you want to manually sync, you just swipe it down. You've got a health ring there, which your aim is to fill that up by the end of the day. It shows you your health at a glance, so calories, steps, and moving. This is today's report so far. It's only 10 a.m. in the morning, so I guess I've done okay so far. I've been standing for 1 hour. There's my sleep. There's all my other health metrics at a glance. Weight, you need to put in yourself. Blood pressure, you need to put in yourself, along with blood sugar, and so on and so forth. And then you see all your other metrics at a glance, and you can tap on any of these metrics for detailed reports, and you can see reports for day, week, and month. So Mi Fitness laid out very nicely. You've got a workout section if you want to initiate workouts from the phone, but you can also initiate workouts directly from the watch. The phone can stay in your pocket. Now under devices, you will see the watch connection status. So you can see that it says connected, battery 66%. But what I really like is it shows you your current watch face. It means the company cares for every intricate detail. Over here, you've got a section where you can download watch faces. So if I tap on all, you've got loads of watch faces that you can download, and these are free watch faces. These are your local watch faces. Now there are 10 watch faces pre-installed for you. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to download as many watch faces as I can to show you guys how many we can store at any given time. I want to show you how long it takes to download one watch face. So this one is 1.45 megabytes in size. We're going to start the process. So it's also downloading and transferring at the same time. So downloading will take a second or two. It's the transferring that's taking long. So you should see on screen exactly how long it took. Now some of these watch faces you can edit as well. You can customize them by tapping the edit button, and then it will give you certain aspects that you can edit. So we've downloaded one watch face so far, and you saw how long it took. So now we have 11 watch faces. Now I'm just going to quickly download as many as I can and show you guys how many watch faces you can store at any given time. I'll be right back. So it took me a while to fill up that storage. So we can no longer download any more watch faces. If I try, it says can't add any more displays. So let's go and count how many we have managed to download. You know, we've got 10 watch faces by default. So 3, 6, 9, 10. Up to here, it's default. Now all of these, 2, then you got 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, and then the 2, so 20. So we managed to download 20 watch faces before this thing got full up. So most of these watch faces are between 1 megabyte to 3 megabytes. But these cartoony ones, let me just show you, it's 10 megabytes. And I've got like 2 of those 10 megabyte watch faces. So if I deleted these 2 cartoony watch faces, then you can download even more watch faces. So let's just say there's plenty of internal storage to download watch faces. You're not really limited to 10 or 6 like they used to do. You can download at least 29 watch faces without worrying, and possibly more. Also, I want to show you something about the watch faces. It gives them a power consumption level. So this watch face here is a power consumption level 3, which means it will consume more power. And if we go to this one, for example, it's a power consumption level 2. They're rated 1, 2, and 3. Here's a 1 in green, lowest power consumption. So that's your watch faces. Now, if we keep going, you've got notification and calls. App notifications. You can decide which of your apps push notifications through. You can turn them on and off as required. Incoming calls and show contact info. So incoming calls, you can show contact info, or you can switch that off to hide contact info. Fitness and health, I've already gone through this and shown you what this can do. You've got an app section, you've got Xiaomi Pay. So yes, this watch does have NFC built in, but you're limited to Xiaomi Pay, and the supported banks are limited as well. I'm going to show you. So in the UK, these are the banks supported: Curve UK and UAB Zen. So then you got your alarm section, and that's my 3:45 alarm that I'm going to need for the next 30 days. You got sync events, task reminders, weather. So you can activate weather updates, and you can add up to 5 locations for your weather. You got world clock, and then your favorite contact. Under favorite contacts, you can actually tap add contact and select anyone from your phone contact list to be in your favorite section. Under security, we have emergency SOS is not activated by default. You have to activate it by setting an emergency contact. If you tap the bottom button 3 times in a row, it will automatically call your emergency contact. And this watch also features fall detection. Under profile, you'll be able to connect to third-party data such as Apple Health, Strava. If you're using Google, it'll be Google Health, and so on and so forth. So that's the smartphone app in a nutshell, and I like it. It's very good. It works really well, informative and easy to use. All right, so now let's talk battery life. The Watch S4 features a 486 mAh battery, which promises up to 15 days of typical usage. But realistically, with all the health features switched on and the always on screen activated, you can expect around 5 to 6 days of battery life, which I still think is pretty good. Now, there is also an ultra power saving mode, which can extend the battery to up to 17 days, but it's literally a clock and step counter only. No other feature will work in this mode. And to exit power save, you just keep the bottom button pressed for around 3 seconds, and you'll be back in the full smart mode. Now, it takes 75 minutes to fully charge the watch, or 5-minute quick charge will give you 2 days battery life. So a very decent battery life even with all the features activated. Now let's quickly talk about the always on display. This watch has a very good always on display. It can follow the design of the watch face, as you can see, and it switches itself off. And then when you flick your screen up, it activates. So no matter what style of watch face you choose, the AOD will always follow the design of the watch face. And that is something really important to me. That is the right way to implement always on display, and the Watch S4 does it really nicely. Now onto the watch faces. Now we've already touched base on watch faces from the phone. To change, you just keep the center press for a few seconds and you will see the screen zoom out slightly, and you will feel some haptic feedback. And then you can swipe left or right, or even use the scroll wheel to scroll through all the different watch faces. So we started with 9, but now we have like 29 watch faces installed on this watch, which is crazy. So now I'm going to share with you guys a whole bunch of my favorite watch faces on this watch. Let's go. Alright, so now it's time to check out the watch features. Now, Xiaomi have done things a bit differently than your traditional smartwatch. Let me show you what I mean. If you swipe down from the top, you've got your notifications. So these are read-only notifications. So if you tap on one of them, you can read it, but you can't reply. So that's with all notifications. Now, if you swipe up from the bottom, you will see your widgets. And you can scroll through them. A whole bunch of widgets there, useful information. These widgets can be edited and customized as you please. So you keep the center pressed while you're on a widget, and then you'll be able to delete any widget you don't want. You can change the order as well. So if you wanted the weather below sleep, you keep it pressed and you drag it where you want it. So you can rearrange the order. You can also hit the plus sign, and you can then add more widgets. So if you wanted a music widget, you can add it and a music widget is added. and just press the button, you will see your new widget. Once you get to the bottom of the widget list, if you keep scrolling, it's going to show you your apps. So Xiaomi has broken from the norm and completely rearranged the buttons. So if you've used a few smartwatches, you're going to find this one different. We're going to come back to the apps in a bit. If you swipe right, nothing happens. As you can see, that feature has been locked. If you swipe towards the left, then you can change your watch faces and you can visually see a preview of the watch faces. So this is something different that nobody's done yet. If you don't want to scroll with the crown, you can of course swipe up and down as well. But the crown button is of course a better way of doing it. Once you see a watch face you like, you can tap, or you can tap the button and it will become the active watch face. So that's all your swipe gestures. Now you've got the crown button. If you just start turning the crown button clockwise, you'll see your widgets, and then eventually you'll see the apps. If you go anti-clockwise, it will bring down your notifications. If you tap the crown button, it will bring up your apps. If you press the bottom button, it will give you your quick toggles. If you long press the bottom button, nothing happens. If you double press it, nothing happens. So the buttons aren't customizable. Same with the top button. If we long press it, nothing happens. So this watch doesn't have a voice assistant or anything like that. Now let's check out the apps. We've got stats, workouts, history, running, training state, checkup, sleep, heart rate, SpO2, stress, breathing exercises, vitality score, contacts, phone, camera, weather, cards, music, flashlight, find phone, alarm, barometer, compass, calendar, events, tasks, stopwatch, recorder, world clock, timer, and settings. And you can even switch the layout. So I like list layout, but you've got 3 different layouts to choose for your apps. You can have icon layout. This is quite nice as well. Once you're familiar with all the icons, then this is a nice mode to have. And then you got icons and text. The same icons, but you got text under them, so you know exactly which app is which. And the list mode is what I like using when I'm reviewing smartwatches, as it just gives you a clearer view of all of the apps and their names. Now, as I just showed you guys, there are a lot of apps built in. If you want to download more apps, you can't, because third-party apps are not supported. So there's no App Store, there's no Google Play Store, nothing like that. So you can't download or install any other apps. Now let me just walk through some of the apps. So let's have a look at the stats first of all. Health stats at a glance. You can scroll for detailed info. Now under workouts, now you have a long list of workouts, and I believe there are over 150 workouts built in. When you tap more, you have even more workouts. If we just go to water sports, you can see how many different workouts you have. There's, check it out, so many. Another one caught my eye, dance. So you got different dances that you can choose as well. That's interesting. I wonder how that works. Say you wanted to do a hip hop dance. If you select it and then hit go, and that's it. You just start doing your hip hop dance now, or whichever dance you were interested in, and it will monitor your heart rate and your calories and your time. And once you're done, you hit end. So workout time was too short to record. Yeah, I don't really want to log that time. So over 150 different workouts, strange ones as well. All right, so we have a feature called checkup. If you tap on it, and now it will give you a 60-second checkup of all your health metrics. So similar to what we've seen in the OnePlus watch recently, 60-second health checkup. It says there 1 abnormal reading, 6 items completed. Let's scroll and find out. So it's saying your sleep duration was too short. If we keep going, so heart rate, it says ideal there in green. SpO2, ideal. Stress is mild, ideal. Sleep duration is red, so that's low. My sleep heart rate was ideal. My sleep SpO2 was fine. And that is pretty much it. So that was your checkup feature, and I think it's pretty good. It takes all the information that it already has and a few new ones, and it gives you a report. Okay, we're going to test out camera. So now you've got a remote shutter button. So tap, and it's taking a picture. If you're set on video, tap, and it will start recording video. So it's a remote shutter button, and you can even use the timer function, and you have 3 seconds or 5 seconds. Okay, now let me show you music, that you can play music from the watch or the phone. Now, as with previous Xiaomi devices, when it comes to the music player, you do have a compatibility issue with iPhones. You can see there's no mention of music from within settings, and the reason is iPhone doesn't support the transfer of music. If this was connected to an Android phone, you would have a music section there, and you'll be able to transfer wirelessly your favorite music directly to the watch. So with iPhone, this becomes a music playing remote control. So you can control the music, you can play it, pause it, skip tracks, adjust the volume. So with iPhone, music remote. With Android, you'll be able to do a little bit more. Barometer, just show you what that looks like. We've got compass, and that's what the compass looks like. You've got sound recorder. So if you wanted to record some sound that's going on in the room, you can record a conversation. You can be a bit undercover if you wanted to record a secret conversation. So let's play this one back. Turn the volume up so you can hear it. Some sound that's going on in the room. You can record a conversation undercover if you want. Really good speaker quality. So I just wanted to share some of the apps with you. Now let's move on to the health sensor test. So now we're going to test out the health sensors. Okay, so this is the Braun oximeter. It's a medical grade sensor, which it gives you very accurate SpO2 and heart rate readings. So you can see they're both on 78 right now. 79 versus 78, 77, 76. They're neck and neck now, 75, 75, 74, 75, 76, 76, 77, 77. It looks like the Xiaomi Watch S4 has quite an accurate heart rate sensor. It's keeping up with the Braun oximeter, and they're pretty much neck and neck. So now let's test the SpO2. So my oximeter is showing me 98% SpO2, and it's going to take 20 seconds. All right, so 98% on the Braun oximeter, and we've got 95% on the watch. Okay, so let's do that again. Let's see what the watch gives us. Okay, 96% versus 98%. Okay, we're going to do it once more for good luck, and let's see what happens. So this side has now gone down to 97% SpO2, and we're going to see what the Watch 4 gives us. So 96% versus 97%. Yeah, I would say it's fairly accurate SpO2 reading. Let's get the heart rate up, and then we'll do another comparison. And I'll try and show you this. All right, so straight away, my heart rate has shot up to 101. What the hell? And SpO2 95%. Try and keep that still so you guys can see. That's 100 already, and I'm literally taking a few steps, so you know how unhealthy I am. Let's go and compare heart rates while I'm on the treadmill. The heart rate sensor is active. It's gone to 101. That's on 98. I think they're both in the frame now, and I'm just going to carry on walking. I'm only walking at 2 speed or 3 speed, so I'm not walking fast, and my heart thinks I'm sprinting. So 105 versus 108, 106 versus 107, 106 versus 106, neck and neck right now. So yeah, the Braun oximeter is just fast. So it's in real time and it just updates quicker than the watch. But the watch does a good job in keeping up. It's actually not bad. Look, 106 versus 106. So 107. Let me stop exercising now. I'll press the stop button. So just from this basic treadmill test, you can see that this smart fitness watch is doing a pretty decent job against a medical grade sensor. I need to open up SpO2. We do a quick SpO2 reading. 94% SpO2 when it should really be 97. I haven't got a lot of confidence in the blood oxygen readings, but the heart rate sensor is very good. So there you have it, guys. That was the Xiaomi Watch S4. So impressive number of features packed into a premium body, which not only looks good, but at the same time, it's comfortable to wear. This is another excellent product by Xiaomi, who enjoys giving the people super bang for your buck products, and this product is no exception. So this premium smart fitness watch has nearly everything you could want from a smart fitness watch. So beautiful AMOLED display, lots of health features and reports, great sleep tracking, accurate heart rate sensor, 5 ATM water resistance, quick release straps, fast charging, great battery life, real nice always on display, Bluetooth calls with great clarity, lots of watch face downloads, and the list goes on. Now they do need to work on the SpO2 accuracy, and I think a firmware update could improve things. The Xiaomi Watch S4 is worth every penny, people. If you have any questions, feel free to ask me in the comments. And if you want to see more of my latest and greatest unbiased tech reviews, hit the like button, sub to the channel, and hit the bell icon. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you all in the next one. Peace.